There were two brothers. There are many stories that talk about encounters with Imam al-Zaman and talk about how the Imam intervenes to help his followers and the people who beseech him. But this isn't just a story, it's a hadith. And it has to do with appealing to the Imam of your time, right? The Imam of our time right now is the 12th Imam. Back then it was the 6th Imam. Two brothers, they set out to go to Hajj. As their caravan is headed towards Medina, they lose track of their caravan. Now imagine back in the day, there were no roads, no road signs, nothing, no service stations, no highways, no guides, no cops. It was just you in the desert. So when you lose track of your caravan, you're as good as dead. Unless you somehow are lucky, right? And find your way. So they lose their caravan. A few hours go by. They were really concerned, but now concern is turning to actual anxiety. The first night goes by. They can't find their way. They keep going round in circles. They try to find their way. They try and use the suns and the stars and what have you. But it's useless. We're in the middle of the desert. There's no food. There's no water. In other words, the clock is ticking. You only have a couple of days before you starve to death or you die of dehydration. The first night goes by, nothing happens. The second night goes by, nothing happens. One of the brothers falls so sick, he is almost about to die. The other brother, who still has some life in him, some energy in him, he says, we have no other choice but to appeal to the Imams, the Ahlul Bayt, Sufunun Najat, the arcs of salvation. So he begins by saying, Ya Rasulullah, O Messenger of God, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, Ya Fatima al-Zahra, Ya Hassan al-Mujtaba, Ya Hussein, Ya Aba Abdullah, until he reaches the 6th Imam, who was the Imam of their time, right? When he reaches the name of Imam al-Sadiq, he says, Ya Ja'far ibn Muhammad al-Sadiq, Ya Ja'far ibn Muhammad al-Sadiq, Ya Mawlai, Ya Ja'far ibn Muhammad. He continues to mention the Imam's name until he collapses. Suddenly, after a few moments, he opens his eyes. There's a man riding on the back of a horse. He approaches him. He gets off the back of the horse, dismounts. He gives him oud. You know what oud is? I think they call it incense. It's a wooden object that emits this very nice fragrance. He gives him this oud. He says to him, smell this. So he takes the oud, he smells it. He said, the moment I smelt it, I forgot all about my pain, all about my hunger, all about my thirst. It all went away. He then said to me, take this oud and make your brother smell it too. So I took it to my brother's nose. He took a sniff and he was as good as good, healthy. He sat back up. The stranger told us, you see that direction? Go towards it, you'll find your way. He said, so we started walking. After a few moments, we found a town, we found a well, we found a spring of water, we found our way. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. So he says we went and we decided to continue our journey to reach Medina. When we arrived in Medina, the first thing we did was we went to visit Imam al-Sadiq. We went to his house. We knocked at the door. They opened the door. I entered. As soon as the Imam saw me, he says, Ya Fulan, where is my oud? He said, Ya ibn Rasulullah, what is this? Who was that man? What's this oud? The Imam said, that man, Akhi al-Khidr. That was my brother Khidr, عليه salam, and he gave you the oud. Give me back the oud, please. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. The hadith is narrated in Madinat al-Ma'ajiz, also by Sayyid Hashim al-Bahrani. For some reason, we've mentioned him twice tonight. May Allah bless him and all of our great and erudite scholars, inshallah.